Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the Maria Bruemmer Show, where we have real conversations about business with amazing entrepreneurs, real estate investors, business owners, and individuals who have been able to pursue their dreams and become successful for the purpose of bringing you knowledge, inspiration, and education. We truly have a passion for that here at the Maria Bruemmer Show. And we want to let you know that if you want to get started in business, if you want to be able to reach your goals and dreams, it is truly possible. So please like, comment, share, subscribe so that you can stay tuned on all of our upcoming content with our special guests. But also, it helps the channel to grow and so that more viewers can be reached. And I truly appreciate that support. So thank you so much for subscribing and commenting and liking and sharing. That's amazing. Today we have a very special guest. He's a very successful investor in both real estate and business. He is excellent at building relationships based on value, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to have him on the show today. Please give a warm welcome for Jason Burke. So excited, so excited. Give me a minute to get him on the line. Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for being on the Maria Bruemmer Show today. I'm so excited to have you on, and I have prepared some very special questions so that we can go ahead and let the viewers know exactly a little bit more about how you've become successful in business, but also give them some inspiring and educational content to let them know that if they want to get started too, it definitely is possible. So thank you so much for being here. How are you today?
Great. How are you, Maria? Glad to be on the show.
I'm doing fantastic, Jason. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm really excited. So, my first question for you is, I think firstly, tell us a little bit more about you and how you got started and your journey. That way we have a little bit of a foundation for our viewers to know you a little better.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, I got started back in the event space in 2010. Actually, I went to the second Las Vegas Real Estate Inside Club meeting. The guy, Glenn Plantone, was stepping down, and I volunteered to take over the group. And what happened from there is I really made that my own. I remember the first meeting we went to. I had my partners at the time, Frank and Stephanie, picking me up. It was in Vegas. The car broke down. We had another friend pick us up to get to the rear meeting, and it was the first meeting. We were taken over, so we ended up being the last ones there. But from there, I got to really make that my own. I got a chance to work with some of the top real estate gurus like Max Mayo, Paul Fain, Dave Lundell.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then 2012, I met this woman, Linda Pelagas from Realty 401. I had a friend, Carly Hatch. Carly was in Vegas, and I was going to the CrossFit Games with my friend Mark Collard in San Diego, and Linda had a one-day expo in LA, so Mark dropped me off the one-day expo. From there, I got to meet Linda. We developed a relationship that led us to do 6 real estate expos together in Vegas, continue to work together to this day.
Wow.
Then 2014, I met Bill Walsh from Power Team International. I was at Michael Lafferty's Econo Summit. That was in Vegas. It was held at the Orleans Hotel Casino. Bill's last speaker. So I volunteered to run the Power Team Entrepreneur Night meetings. That led me to being regional vice president of Power Team International for 4 years, running the events out of the Las Vegas, Nevada market. And then in 2018, I founded the High Performance Testament with the idea of helping small business owners, entrepreneurs be more successful and meet successful people and learn from some of the top business and real estate gurus and teachers in the country. Also, I've come out with my own book last year, was Become Big Star in Event Planning. I've come out with my own coaching as well recently and everything like that. I've also had my own journey recently, losing over 108 pounds of health to retransform my health. I was at like 450 and now I'm at 270.
Wow, congratulations.
And really and so I've done a lot of things over the years, a lot with event space and really organizing events and producing events and also at the same time the health training I've had over the last few years as well, really taking charge of my health and wellness as well.
Exactly. Health is wealth at the end of the day, right? Because if we don't take care of ourselves, our bodies, our overall health, then we can't be there to build businesses and build relationships based on value like you have, Jason, and really be able to help other people. So health is first and foremost, and then, by being able to take care of ourselves and live truly happy, fully healthy, and fulfilling lives, pursuing our dreams and building our businesses surrounded by our goals and aspirations, then can we truly help others. So that's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that with me. I know you are so good at building business relationships based on value. One of the things I truly admire about you is how you're able to network and bring people together and help other people be successful by connecting them with other successful people. So that's amazing. As far as business is concerned, Jason, are you? I know you're a well-rounded entrepreneur and an investor. What area of business would you say is your favorite or your true passion, and why? Because I know you do multiple different things.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I really love putting on events and bringing people together and helping people be more successful.
Mm-hmm.
One of my passions is connecting people and watching them become successful because of that.
Yeah.
I love putting on events and doing events, and now getting more to speak in, as I spoke at the Small Business Expo back in April,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to speak on more stages, and really passionate to share a message of helping people put together the events and what it takes to really do that. Also, I'm beginning to do an inspirational talk on my health and how you can get healthy and some of the things that I've used in my own personal journey to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And those things I'm probably most passionate about, and things that I've really done really well. I mean, I've done some real estate investing in the past, and I probably will do a little bit more in the future
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that as well. So, but I think I'm most passionate about is probably hosting, putting on events, speaking, that type of stuff is really, and connecting people would be what I'm most passionate about.
That's amazing, and I know you do a lot of speaking events, both virtual and live events, and you do them pretty much nationwide. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, the virtual is nationwide. It's virtual, so anyone can attend nationwide on the virtual events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can attend on the live events too, but with the pandemic, most all events have been virtual. I mean, we're looking to get back to a live event late this year in Vegas and get back going again. And we're going to do some small workshop events here in Boston, probably starting like end of next month
Yeah.
and stuff. And again, going as the pandemic has been slowly seeding. And so, but we've done a lot of virtual events over the last few years. We've probably done close to 40 virtual events. I've done over
Wow.
200 live events
That's
over the
amazing.
past 10 or so years and things like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always great. You're always giving people a chance for message and to speak and share their message and get the word out there. But it also is a lot of work too, and people don't realize how much work goes into behind the scenes to put on a virtual event, a live event, and doing
Sure.
that. And that's where you, as an event producer, you have a lot more respect when you are speaking at an event, just because you know the process of what you need to do to put on that event
Yeah.
and to make sure it actually goes well.
Yeah, and
So yeah.
you've been doing this for a really long time, and I know that I was even blessed to be on one of your most recent virtual events, and one of the things that stuck with me there was when you told the story about exactly what goes into building those relationships and getting things set up and getting banquet rooms, at a discounted price, and how you were able to negotiate that so that you can get these live events up and going and be able to help as many people as possible by being able to achieve keeping things within a budget. So that was a really inspirational and really interesting, but yet a good way to learn the business behind it. Could you maybe tell that story right now so our viewers can have a little bit more insight on how you do what you do? Because it's so
Yeah,
amazing
sure.
how you help people with what you do.
Yeah. So you want to know how, as far as, just want to be clear on as far as the mean spaces. What part would you like me to go into? So I just want to
Well,
be.
tell us the story you shared about how you were able to meet the owner of the hotel, and you were going to put on a live event, and you were able to find a win-win situation where you could get the banquet room for a discounted rate or free by being able to have
Okay.
food and all that so that the
Oh
event
yeah.
could go on.
No,
And
I understand that.
Mhm.
Well, I'll give you a strategy that I think a lot of entrepreneurs can out there.
Yeah.
it's not just their hotel strategy, but I'll give you my venue sponsor strategy, which
There
I
we
think
go.
a lot of people can use. Is really there's companies that have training rooms, and in those training rooms, they may have training rooms that hold 50, 100 plus people, or as little as 20 or 30. But if you can show them how you can add value to them, so say for example you hold a monthly meeting, give them a couple minutes to speak in front of your audience, make them one of the main speakers once or twice a year. If you're doing a summit event and it's at their location, then you want to give them 30, 60 minutes to speak. You can promote them on social media. You can invite them on a podcast, on a television show. If you have a magazine, you can write an article, give them an ad. These are all ways that you can add value to them, because it's all about adding value to them.
Yes.
The more value you add to them, the more likely they are to continue to host your events, which will save you thousands of dollars. Because I've done this in Vegas many a time, where I get event space for free for a couple hundred compared to paying in a hotel. It's great when you're first starting out, or your company, you have a budget, you want to stretch those dollars, and you can stretch those dollars by doing that. And I think that's really one thing that's important. And then as far as saving money on hotels and stuff like that, like I said, I'll just share the tip on the things like get 5 or 6 quotes from the type of hotels you want to have in the area. Ask what's the slowest days of the week, because that's where you're going to get the most concessions. Median space price, that's where you're going to get the most concessions of food and beverage. That's AV, maybe get a few free sleeping rooms. And then I would also say ask what the food and beverage minimum is, because in some cases, in the food and beverage minimum, you'll get the main space for free. Case in point, my friend Linda's doing an event in Boston I'm going to help her with in October. And she got the food and beverage minimum, but they gave her the space for free because she paid for the food and beverage minimum.
Right.
And sometimes that could be equal or less than paying for the actual meeting space. And you can save money by paying for the food and beverage, because the hotel can give the catering department the business, and they'll give you the meeting space for free. And then some of the high hotels, it could be a difference too. And then I would give you a viewers one tip is to stay away from the sleeping room block, just because unless you know your guests are going to definitely book through the hotel and through you, I would just negotiate a percentage discount. And we learned that the hard way, the ponds, we get stuck with $6,000 on unused sleeping rooms with our event in 2018, because we didn't understand the fact that people will book through Travelocity, Priceline, these things. You can have the conference there, but that doesn't mean people are going to book through the hotel. And what you don't want to do, especially if you're doing it at a 5-star, you get stuck with a bill that's over $10,000 because you had unused sleeping rooms. You know.
Yeah.
So you want to have a percentage discount where your members of the conference can go book through the hotel, but you let the hotel keep selling the sleep rooms to other guests, so you're not on the hook the way you structure that contract.
Right.
And so that alone will save people thousands of dollars of costly mistakes that I've stepped into that I can share about how people not to step into that.
That's an amazing nugget of information that is super helpful to people who are looking to get started and build networks and be able to build their businesses and build those relationships based on value. That's great advice, and it's a huge ninja tip. So thank you so much for sharing that story, and also that great advice on how you were able to become successful starting out with negotiating those things within hotels and bring value at the same time for the hotel owner, so that you could also help other people with the live events you were setting up. So thank you so much for sharing that, Jason, because one of the things I really want to do on my show is be able to help viewers figure out not only is it possible to become successful as an entrepreneur and a business owner, but there are ways and there are education here where they can learn some of the tricks of the trade and realize, oh wow, if they can do it and they have a way that they're able to pull that off, wow, that's an amazing thing that I was able to learn here, and that might be just the thing that they needed to get over their hurdle to feel comfortable and get started in business. So thank you so much for that, Jason. Thank you so much for being here on my show. I really appreciate it. I'd love to have you back on maybe again in the future, and I look forward to maybe speaking live at one of your events when you come to Chicago. And so definitely we'll stay in touch, and thank you for being here, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Maria. And just one thing before I leave, if anyone wants to to find out more information, they can go to our website at www.hbsuccess.com, and you can reach out to me there as well. I'm sure I'll give Maria a calendar link that she can provide as well. So I want to thank you again, Maria, for having me as a guest on your podcast.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And definitely do provide me with that link. I'll put it in the description box of this episode of the Maria Bruemmer Show. It's been a pleasure having you on, Jason. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right, bye. And that is exactly why I wanted to bring him on. He is an amazing businessman who has been able to learn all of the tricks of the trade, how to negotiate, how to get things done, how to put things together, organize events. I mean, he is a powerhouse of knowledge. So if he can do it, you can do it too. So know that there are ways to get around people who can teach you what you don't know, give you a helping hand, give you exposure, be able to show you how they were able to be successful so that you too can have an opportunity to reach your goals and dreams and be successful as well. So thank you so much to all of my viewers for being here. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And we'll be putting a link for Jason's information in the description box. But also in the description box is a link if you want to set up a free consultation with me to see about getting funded. If you have made the decision now that you want to either start up a business or expand a current existing business or just invest in business alone, we can help you with that, with the funding you need to get started. So thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you would like to be a special guest on my show as well, please let me know, and we will, I would love to learn more, and we'll talk. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.